I just thought I'd talk to you today and give you a few ideas about what I've learned in the last decade or so of working from home as an entrepreneur alone. So I started my online business in 2006. Funnily enough, when the world's financial crisis hit in 2008, that was the year I decided to leave work and start solely working from home alone. I was married at the time. That marriage failed a few years later, and since then I have been in various countries, mostly the UK and Thailand, working from home alone on an online business. And I keep on thinking, if something's going to go wrong, there'll be some reason why this is a bad idea. Everyone tells me it's a bad idea to be on your own, working from home. How do you do it? You've got no one telling you what to do, and what do you do? And as the years go by, there don't seem to be any problems, and everything has seemed to be okay. I thought I'd give you a few ideas because I think a lot of you must be at home now, wondering what to do, whether you've got a job and you're working from home for that job, or you don't have a job and the future is uncertain, as I'm sure it is for a lot of people. Some people like to wake up early in the morning and do 8 hours a day in a kind of office timetable sort of way. That's fine. I don't do that myself personally. I don't have any set timetable of what I want to do, but I do set myself goals. I want to do this by today. I want to do this by the end of the week. I want this done by the end of the month. I have quarterly goals and of course annual goals. And these are things like I want to create a product by the end of this month, a specific product obviously. I want to have written a book by the end of this quarter. I want to have created an online course by the end of the year. That is what I use to motivate me. But there are lots of other things about lifestyle that are extremely important that I want to talk to you about. It's all really centers around health, physical health and mental health. You get that right, you'll probably get everything right, I would assume. And I've always used these sort of habits and ways to live my life that I think have been beneficial to my ability to work home alone more or less successfully. Physical health, of course, very important. I try to exercise 3 or 4 times a week. The exercise tends to be sort of it's running for 20 minutes and a bit of weights, that sort of thing. That has been fairly consistent throughout the last 10 years, although I've done a bit of traveling and during the periods of travel, that's when the exercise routine tends to take a hit. Allied to that, of course, is the food you eat and the drink that you drink. If you see you're putting on weight, then obviously something needs to happen. Review your diet. Are you eating too much rubbish? Are you exercising enough? And that sort of thing. I mean, I don't do this particularly well, but I know that my regime with physical health has benefited me. If I could have done it a lot better, but anyway. So there's the physical health. On the mental side, which is probably 10 times more important than the physical side, there are very important things I do. Meditate. I've always meditated. Well, that's not true. So in the last 5 years I've meditated most days. At the moment I'm not doing great, but I am at least trying to meditate 20 to 30 minutes. And I always do that first thing in the morning, just after washing and just before anything else, before I look at the phone, before I open the laptop, just before anything else. That's the best time for me to meditate. I can talk about this and any more of the subjects I'm talking about in this video. Just let me know, just contact me somehow and I'll get back to you. But basically I wouldn't start meditation if you haven't done it before and just sit down and want to meditate for 20 minutes. That's not how I'd start. I'm not an expert when it comes to meditation, but when I started, I just did 2 minutes every day, and then it went to 3, 4, 5 minutes. That's how I built up to now. It's half an hour. So that's my story on meditation. I can talk about that more in another video if you like. But I do think that's a very important part of the way I've been able to look after myself while I've been working at home alone all this time. So there's the physical exercise, meditation. Hobbies are very important as well. I have a great hobby now which I neglected in the past, and I'm doing it a lot more now, and I'm just realizing just how mentally beneficial it is to have a hobby that includes other people. I'm going to come on to this in later on in the video, but my hobby is playing guitar, and it's great when you're old because you don't have to worry about being a rock star or anything like that. Not that that was ever a serious consideration of mine, but yeah, so it's just great going around this town and playing in open mics, meeting people, collaborating musically with people is just something that is just great. If there is anything like that in your life that you love doing, it could be dance, it could be music, it could be acting, it could be experiencing the arts if you're not creating them. It doesn't have to do with the arts. It can be absolutely anything. It can be a physical activity like horse riding or a sport, but something like that is extremely beneficial. And that brings me on to the next subject, and that is really important, and that is social interaction, which is a hard subject to broach in this era of COVID-19 and social distancing. And every day I have to spend a certain amount of time in the company of other people. And I've never found it difficult. It's not that I'm the world's most friendly person, but you can go on to meetup.com, have a look at the Facebook events in your area around certain subjects. These sort of things are absolutely great. And if you can't do that because you're at home quarantining yourself, then try to do the same thing online. So lastly, I'll tell you a little bit about how I've been making money in the last 10 years. So I have been selling online courses. I've been selling books that I've written, both ebooks and paperback books. I've been selling low content books, which are books like notebooks, logbooks and planners that don't take a lot of time or effort to create, but are quite easy to sell on Amazon. I've sold products on Amazon as well, other products. And I've also sold print on demand, t-shirts, if you know what that is, sell them on Amazon and a lot of other places. If you're at home on your own at this moment, you could do a lot worse than set up an account on Redbubble or Zazzle or any of these sites, absolutely free, and all you have to do is upload a design, and if it sells, you get some money. And again, I mean, I have a lot of videos where I talk about that, but if you want to know more about that, then obviously contact me and I'll help you somehow. But that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. I just think this is a pertinent time to talk about this with a lot of people experiencing the life of working at home on your own and trying to motivate yourself. Working at home alone has been something I've been a big part of my life for the last 10 years. I'm sure there's more that I can say to help you, but I just thought I'd put these first few points in a video and put it up on YouTube and see what everyone thinks. So if you want to know more about any of the issues discussed in this video, please get in contact with me and I'll see if I can help. So, last thing to say is please subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Rob Cubban, or like the video if you wish, and I'll see you another time.